everybody out there in TV land. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yep, sorry, I am so late today, and right now you see me and my eyes darting around my monitor because I still need to do this funky stuff. You know? Dang it, that's the wrong one. Goodness gracious, I just got done doing a whole bunch of yard work, so I am absolutely disgusted. But hey, yesterday we left off on this Apex Predator promo piece. Zoom out on that a little bit and see if that center line exists. Here, huh? So, nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to go like that, maybe. There we go. There we go. So yes, that's what we left off on there yesterday. How's everybody doing? Go ahead and pin that link. Keep forgetting to do something. There is, and we'll go like that. Oh, it's loud in my ear and I hate it. Okay. To replace the pinned message because I was late. Okay. Back over to StreamYard. Yay! So, I'm getting shelving brackets here soon and some paint so I can do this, finally get this wall squared away. It's been like this since we moved in, man. So I'm gonna get that done, and then I'm gonna set up a different kind of work area for a few days as I put together this 5,600 piece Venator class Star Destroyer from the Clone War era, over 4 feet in length. Yo, Katie, how's it going? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Is Risey still live? I was teasing Risey that Liam does his streams just to torment Risey so that Liam has a lullaby to fall asleep to. Risey's screams of anguish are music to Liam's ears. You know, building lore. Fun, silly stuff. Let's see here. So this design right there, that was based off of this initial concept. Let's see here. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I have to pan the camera. Can't get a full shot of it. I'm working on that. So I got the, let's get to the business of the day. Let's get to the product placement. We're gonna go ahead and close all this extra stuff. Oh yeah, do not save. Oh, I didn't. Dang it! I'm a silly Billy. I am a silly Billy. All right, this auction right now, one bid has been placed for $50. 10% of which goes towards the shipping, packaging and everything else included in the price. So handling's included, so shipping. We put some of it towards shipping, but I gotta get some money here. I got the medical bill. I got the studio to upgrade. Got work to do. I'm going to bring you all some entertainment without having to crowdfund, so we're going to have a little fun with this. Right, so yeah, no, this is a 9x12 on 110-pound textured paper, archival quality inks, and whatnot. So yeah, $50 right now. That's going to be a steal. That's going to be a great deal. Get a little bit of fan art. Yep. Alright, so nope, I can't click on that. This one, okay. So I pretty much have like my blue line under sketch, right? So I have to get open. Where am I hiding that from myself? This is how I earn the nickname Fray, dude. I hide stuff from myself, and then I get all excited when I find it. Is it in this folder? No. Is it in this folder? It is in this folder. So I got this far on this. Which we could take this folder and you can move it. Yeah. So that's where, as far as I got on that. So let's see here. Go ahead and move it back. Cool. We are going to select everything in that folder. Control C. See if this works. Okay, cool. Yay! Kind of works. So I got my placeholder now. Awesome. Let's see here. Nope. Maybe. Dang it. I'm looking to see what is viable in here. That looks green. Yeah, that works. And then you're green. Good. Bye. We're gonna use this as a placeholder for right now. And don't worry, chat. I'm gonna get back to you in just a second. Just gotta finish out. Oop. I had it more or less centered as it was, so we can just increase its size. That's actually not bad. We're just eyeballing it. To be honest. Yeah, so if I get it up to about the same height, I knew that was going to be too big. So, I do want... You know what? I'm on the wrong screen anyways. Goodness gracious. Can you believe that? I was on the wrong screen the whole time. Alright, let's go see the chat. Yeah, you think so? Liam does it on purpose just to torment Risey? I love it. That's lore now. Hatsune Miku may be hiding in Liam's Wi-Fi, but Liam is hiding in Risey's. You tell him I went down fighting a bear. For real. That's how funny I thought that was. Shoot coffee out my nose. Oh. I mean, even though the dynamic between those two is that they really do not like each other at all. I think applying a silly spin just helps everybody else get over it. And get on with it. Okay, so where I was, I'm still like working with the mouse right here. I haven't even touched my pen yet. Yep, I think that's about right. So we're gonna pop that there. Boop. Apex Predator. And then, oh. No, that's this. Oh, that's that whole folder. Okay, so we're gonna call this Apex. Pardon me. Placeholder. Okay. It's the Apex placeholder. Coming soon from Mattel. Amaze your friends. We're gonna rasterize this layer because it's just gonna be easier to deal with than as vector. And then we're going to cut paste, and we're gonna poop. We're gonna hide it. We're gonna take this, and you know what? We're gonna go ahead and drop that opacity like way down, because we're gonna have to draw through it, right? Have to draw the whole thing. But this is, we're gonna save time by not having to get all up and behind that, but you have to get up and behind that. So yeah. And today we got a little bunny waifu. I've invited a few people to come on by. I've told them it's about as formal as sweatpants over here. And come and get some work done. Let's talk some shop. Work stream that I actually joined is it's Pam Wells game design. And she makes like board games and stuff. And it's a work stream, so it's pretty chill. Usually some lo-fi going on. Our next layer we're going to do in red pencil, so we're going to go ahead and make a new folder. And we're going to call this folder red pencil. And this is where we're going to do our cleanups. So we're going to go in, we're going to draw in all of our details and make sure everything is measured up properly. Or I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm going to get funky on this. F it. I'm getting funky on it. Let's get crazy let's get nuts. As Michael Keaton once said. Let's see here. We're gonna call this one Get Nuts. We're gonna slap down a layer. Call this Crazy Base. No, we're just gonna call it Base. Alright. We are going to get funky with it. We're gonna grab black. We're gonna get into our tools and see what we got going on here. Go straight to pen, and you know what, let's give it a chunky spray base. What size are we? We're at 1,000. Drop it down to like 500. Start roughing in some insanity. Let me go check on the chat real quick. Everything's all quiet on the Western Front. In because once again, you know, I gotta think outside the box on this project here. I gotta think outside the box. Okay. We're just gonna start coloring this in a little bit. Not so much inking as I'm coloring with black. There's a Chuck Norris joke in there somewhere. Chuck Norris can color with black, and that's what I'm going to do. Sorry, that one amuses me a little too much. Chuck Norris can color with black. That's too much fun. Not allowed to have that much fun around here. Oh, y'all simmer down. You need to calm down. Get a hold of yourself. Compose yourself. Take a moment. Alright. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to color this with black and white, and we're going to set this as a multiply layer. because I'm going to come back in and I'm going to color with white. So I'm going to color with just black and white. Take that, Graybeards. I don't know. I've been trying to build up like a fake kayfabe, like a good little pseudo kayfabe with the between the studio and the Graybeards, and I think Don's like, I think he started it though. So it comes down to that. Nope, that was all him. He did it. And let's see here. Yeah. So that's come in at 250, half the size. And out some of these shapes. Shaded it. Like I said, we're roughing it in shapes. We're kind of outlining some things, but mostly going in for like rough shapes. Grenade here, we got the grenade here. Let's go pull up. Boop. Pull up our design sheet, right? So magazines. So we're gonna. Yeah, actually, these aren't the magazines. These are the batteries, right? Got the batteries. Made. Side of the belt. This is the thing. Where's my light source so far? Our light source is coming from here. This is our light source. Put it down there. I can always erase it. Alright. So, these magazines would be shade. Belt would be a little bit. This side of the magazine, not so much. I'm stippling with a spray paint. So, it's a little darker, but regardless of color, we're really just going after values. Yeah, this is going to be interesting right here. Shade that in a little bit. Wrong edge right there. All right, that thing. The light. All right. And a little spherical. You want a nice, kind of cleaner gradient going on that. Alright, always leave some room for some backlighting. Today, yeah, no, I have been. Alright, so she's got the med pouches. She has current standard issue grenades. Zero has prototype grenades that are of real fashion style, but they are heck much more kaboom per box, shall we say. And that's often the point a lot of it. So, and a little bit. That collar, she's got the collar. Zero will not have the collar. Alright, come on, do your thing. There we go. Actually, oops. I accidentally did that. That's okay. That's alright. We're going to come back over with white anyways. She has her high speed combat rifle. And yep, it's a bullpup. I know I just triggered like half the audience. Let me go put my camera away. That gets in the way while I'm on the computer. Yeah, I can't wait to get my little claustrophobic setup. There. Bigger, I should say. Alright, we're actually going to come in here and embrace it. Something's not right lining up. Oops, wrong button. That's okay. There we go. As the forward trigger, the handle right there, because it's just cursed. Yeah, I'm gonna do it because it's bad. Shouldn't do it, okay? Just a little feller. Not to do things like that. And forward of the hand. That. I am going to do this. This is going to be in color. Like I am going to color this because it's a promotional piece. You know, you got to have color on the promo. Gotta have color on the promo. All right, let's go ahead and check on things. What's up, yo, Edwin? How you doing, dude? Yeah, man, make sure you're dropping them hot links, man, to all your current stuff. I know you're always working on something. You're always working on something. You cannot give me an excuse that, oh, I didn't have a link to share. I wouldn't do nothing. Man, you and Bender. No good. I love it. Pardon me. Smoke grenade cast. And we're gonna get funkier with this. I'm just kind of laying down the basics, you know what I'm saying? We're getting a little experimental today. We are going to get a little experimental today. What we are doing. Oh, no, no. We are getting funky with Cheese Whiz. Cheese Whiz! God, I love the Cheese Whiz. It's the whizziest. That actually sounds pretty terrible. Having the whizziest Cheese Whiz, like... Alright. This. I'm gonna go ahead and straight outline right here. This is all gonna be dark. Shift it in, extra dark. Yeah. You know what? Bonus, this is good music to be doing this kind of work too. We're gonna have fun coloring with black today. Coloring with black and white. Just gonna try to write that in. Get that outline. You know what? I don't like that. Let's go ahead and bring this across. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and grab for the second time. And make sure I got the right eraser. Nope, I have the wrong eraser. Okay, so we're gonna undo that. This time. You know what, F it. We're just gonna keep it. Alright. Gonna give them the same kind of light source. So it's gonna fade off to the top. Yeah. Yeah, like the lighting is coming from the front. Yeah, there we go. I think that's coming up here. Alright. Nope, we're gonna switch that to white here. I'm gonna spice it up a little bit. Edges. There. So that way we've got yeah. Jump down. We're gonna jump down 200 here. Start bringing in some highlights and whatnot. Alright, everything up front. Like that. Little bit by little bit. This whole thing is coming together. I have to do that later. So grab that, and then we're gonna have to. Where was I? I was right there. Move. And then we'll just kind of punch it in a little bit. So grab some white highlights here. Gloves, they are white. They are always pristine and clean because they are made of a special hydrophobic material that repels anything from sticking to it. Actually a failed frictionless material. It is not very durable, and it is still not frictionless. Just hydrophobic, meaning it repels water. In this case, it repels moisture, blood, oils, like liquids do not stick to it. Got the light source up here up front, so we can put a little bit of shine on these grenades and start whittling them in. We're whittling a picture today by coloring it with black and white. There's a joke in there. Right. In front of it. Because eventually, you know what, I can actually go ahead and do I feel confident? Yeah, I feel confident enough that we can just get rid of that. And then we'll also hide the apex predator thing for right now. Because we're good. We got that part kind of squared away. You know what I'm saying? Alright. You know what? This is going to have to go. I'm going to layer this over towards the front. That one's got a little bit bigger. There we go. Dang it. I messed it all up. That's okay. Go ahead and do that again. Down there, because they just weren't quite big enough. There we go. These are long magazines. Coming out of the gun. Do. Yep, I think that's better. Yep, that's better. Yep, I think it's starting to come along. I think it is. Alright, the uniform vest is going to be darker than equipment. She is going to be wearing a non-camouflaging vest because they wouldn't let her wear bright colors. It was very disappointing for her. Very disappointing. She was really looking forward to being brightly colored in the jungle, because where else can you think of a better place to show that you're brightly colored and therefore you are dangerous? Because you find that a lot. And Zero does like a good cliche. So, yeah, this is starting to get there a little bit. Continue whittling this in. Yeah, I think that star is just off center. That's what it's doing. Go ahead. That worked in a little better. I don't know why I'm doing that like that. There we go, that's better. Okay. Down. Better. Alright, we're gonna go down. Nope, we're gonna keep this and size. Let's come back in. Highlights here, so highlights on these grenades, on the med pouches. And those are not for her. If a scalpel unit suffers a rupture of any organic components, they self-seal. So, include any mechanical components as well too, because that's sorry, I got to kind of whip in a little bit of camouflage here. Put in some blobs of camo. Start playing with it, that too. Anyway, a little bit distracted. Let's see here, where was I? Oh yeah. So, yeah, self-sealing systems. So, and there are, remember, these are basically artificially created cyborgs. That would be the closest thing. Definitely artificial processor, so not human. That's why I say cyber droid. Because that seems to be the term that fits best. Alright. Turk glove, that's a sleeve right there. This is, actually that's all case housing. Firing mechanism, because this thing is a biggin. Oops. Alright, there we go. Auto save. And it is a biggin. It is basically an LMG, a light machine gun, is what it is. It's basically a light machine. Because, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like lost in this today. Because the scalpel units are, their muscle tissue is not natural. They are much stronger than a human of comparable muscle mass. It is a combination of organic and inorganic muscle fibers that just work. Let's get this shaded in a little bit more. Having a little fun today. Trying something out. Something a little experimental. A little bit. There's not enough contrast there. But that's okay. We're going to continue whittling it in as it is. So, yeah, get that in a little bit. Get that shaded in. Alright, start cleaning this up just a little bit. Defining some of these lines. A little better. And like I said, we're going to whittle this in. And yeah, we're going to put some sharp lines, but I kind of want to take my time getting there a little bit. I'm going to take my time getting there a little. That way I can, my gradients are good. We are actually want to specifically shade in this direction towards our light source. I feel like our light source is all wrong, so we're going to undo all that. That's the benefits of working digitally. Alright, we are going to change our light source. We are going to make it the Kami, the Soviet Star. Is what we're going to do. Go ahead and start shading in that direction just a little bit. Just a little bit outside. And then I forgot to shade in shapes behind it, but we're going to get all of our lines in. So it's kind of like a little bit of illusionary magic here. Nope, that's not the one I want to do. It's another thing I like working about digitally is I can shrink the picture down, like we're fitting the whole thing in here. Like this is a big picture. Yeah, no, for real, this is like a really big picture. Shading in a little bit, Alright, so I gotta go down another size. But when I'm roughing in and stuff like that, I like to do this. We are gonna definitely get some funkiness going on. Yeah. Yeah. You would. So. Do. Tiny little lines. tiny, tiny little lines. I'll get to the chat here in a minute. Gotta take a break. When I get back, we will discuss our next step. Sun Tzu's The Art of War. How it applies to comics. So, this one's a fun one. This one is a fun one. This one's a fun one. We'll be breaking down the comics into different aspects, right? And this is kind of like laying out, and one of the things I love about The Art of War is that it is very, oriented towards like building structure. It's a very structure-oriented book. So I want to get this a little more shaded towards here. Because we are whittling. That's actually not too bad so far. We're just kind of roughing it in. If I were to do something like this, paint like this on acrylic, oh my goodness. It's like drying time. Lay down something, spot it with to do something like this, like spotting with sponges, that would be kind of fun. I would want to do it really big though. But, yeah, because if we zoom in here, alright, let's zoom into the face. Alright, here's the whole head so far. Alright, we're still really in the rough zone, but it's fun. Fun little bit. Alright, so we will be back here in a minute. Back here in a minute. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot to throw out the banner. Let's go ahead and give a shout out to all my sponsors for Neon Revenant. Link in the description below. Go sign up for that. Rock Hard Comics. Hell Hath No Fury, such as a Mother's Vengeance, and World War Hell and 21 Demons. 2 books coming out this year from Omniverse Incursion and Legion Zero Music. Thanks for the background. And of course, EDGEPUNK Magazine, the reason why we're working on this today. So make sure all links in the description below. Make sure you can click those links. I will be back here in, I don't know. We'll be back here. Let me see here. I'm back at, it is currently 3 p.m. on the East Coast. So let's be back here at 3:15 p.m. EST. Boop. And I will see you in a minute. Make sure you head on over to my Twitch. Say hello. Click both the buttons and do the things where you just definitely reassemble.
Now, when I look up and wonder if anyone's watching, I know that there are far too many eyes looking back. That there are far too many eyes looking back. too many eyes looking back. We could do nothing to stop them. Like spheres in the crowd, the objects pulsed and emitted violet frequencies.
been muted this whole time. I've been talking about how much fun we're having, what kind of craziness we're gonna have, and then you know I said bow and hail and hail and bow and hail, all that fun stuff. Been running my mouth over here. That was me the whole time. Well, at least you had the anti-dead air going on in the background. So yeah, there's that. There's that. I've been talking about getting funky with Cheese Whiz up here because I still need to kind of like develop the style. So let's see, how big is that pen on that scale? I think this is as small as I can go. Cool. And we're going to take off all the stabilization. Good. Because we're going to get funky. Gonna get in here, start getting funky. Just gonna kind of sketch it in a little bit. I'm going to go back and forth on this a little bit. But, you know, I'm just going to get kind of loosey-goosey. And, yeah, that's okay. Okay. Just go ahead and scooch and sketch all this funkiness in. Got a very weird hairstyle in the early part of the story because that is a popular style. Here's a, we're going to go ahead and put that notifications array right there. Satellite uplink antenna. Various audio and low band frequency sensors. And it's going to pick up that. So come on with the save. Let's go. Jim nose there. Yeah, see, that's too big. It's too big. It was too big. And that's what she said. Nobody? Nobody? Alright, backwards. There's a weak upper perineum, I think it's called, or something like that. I don't know. I think the perineum's the, isn't that the taint? Alright, I'm just gonna sketch that away. Bit. Cheek a little more. God, that's just coming out garbage, isn't it? That's okay. Yeah, I should pare back a little bit. Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe. What we got? Yo! That's right, topicless is tonight. Oh yeah! That's the fun stuff. Dude, I wonder what they got going on. Okay, so we were going to talk about... Let me bring up my thing. So... Sun Tzu says, the art of war, then, is governed by 5 constant factors to be taken into account in one's deliberations when seeking to determine the conditions obtaining in the field. right? So to know where you're going, you got to know where you are and know what lies in front of it, right? So we take a look at various factors, and Sun Tzu says these are the moral law, heaven, earth, the commander, method, and discipline. And we're going to go over these one by one. Here, so the moral law causes the people to be in accord with their rulers, follow him regardless of their lives, undismayed by any danger, build up a devoted fan base. How do you do that? Well, the moral law. We see this a lot in what I refer to on this channel as social dynamics, right? The social dynamics of all these independent, mostly crowd-funded endeavors, whether individuals or companies or temporary corporations and alliances, allegiances, and all this other stuff, right? So, and one way to obtain that is by speaking on that which you have to be the moral law. So what are the foundations, principles, etc., etc. We get a lot of politically oriented. We get a lot of this creator, that creator kind of deal. Unfortunately, just as a disclaimer here, we're going to just say that really politics is involved in most of it these days. Very prevalent, a hot topic. It's really hard to avoid. Really, really hard to avoid. Yeah, so. Yeah, unfortunately. And I think I realize what's wrong with this face. Terrible, awful. It is the whole thing. So we're nuking it. Yep. Turns out the only way to be sure was to go up into orbit and nuke the entire site. So go ahead and just draw in some facial structure here, because we're gonna have her turn in like this. So that would place our eye line right there. But I don't like direct profiles unless I absolutely have to. To me, that's kind of a storytelling device. I'm going to redraw our structure underneath this. So, and we'll get back to it. This is what we're going to do. Alright, so low collar, this suit, this stuff in here. I don't know, I'm not very talkative today. I have been up half the night. Somebody thought it was a bright idea to show up to the neighborhood barbecue carrying the flag. For real. Stay home. Not feeling good. man. Take care of your body. Jeez, man. Real. Alright. Tossing these. Have one right here. That. Yeah. These will be more turned towards the person. Still forward facing a little bit, actually. So. And these are more forward facing. You know, this one's turned even more. Not fully sideways. Not fully in profile. I've been trying to avoid direct profile. Alright, orthographic drawing. Orthographic without perspective. Just drawn as is. So. No, the grenades are the right side. I don't have them spaced out fine. We are going to grab our select tool and go ahead and move down. So one about right there. The other one about right there. Oh, nope. There we go. Right. Yeah, put that one about right there. And then move this one down even further. To there. Now we're going to say okay. I'm going to grab both of these. I'm going to move that top one there. And then we are going to grab this bottom one. We're down here. So you know what? We're going to need to move that top one down even further. Yay! Alright. Yeah, about like that. Okay. We're going to say okay. And then deselect. And go check on things. Yay! Alright. Yeah, audio's checking out good. Okay, good. Good. Might be a bit of a short one today. Just because so much on my plate right now. And I am currently on standby from a client to produce something in a hurry. Put the spoon right there. There is no spoon. No, there's definitely a spoon. It's needed. Put that one like that. That. Spoon on there. And we're gonna put pins. Gotta have the pins on there. Here, this back side of the spoon. Actually, no, it's not going to be the back side of the spoon. So, because it's going to be pin still right here. It's not like the pin switch sides. Made. Right? So, little details. This is what a visual editor is for, by the way. Visual editor will tell their artist, hey, the lighting was on the left side of the character in the previous panel. Now it is on the right side of the character. Yet the character is still facing the same orientation. Fix this. Fix it now. I don't know. You'd think that joke would have gotten old for me yet, but no. No, it doesn't. capitulate. Do what I tell you to do, or else. And or else did happen in that little story there. Or else did happen. And it is what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is. Still think it's funny to tease Risey that Liam does his streams just to annoy him. Hilarious. And that Risey screams are like a lullaby to Liam. Helps him sleep well. And that's funny. Alright, so we're gonna continue the strapping. Raising. Alright. I'm gonna grab these and move them more to the center of the strap. So, boop. No cheating in commercial art, remember? No cheating. Remember, topic list tonight. Make sure you go on over. It's fantastic. And it's not made of plastic. So, I guess biodegradable? I don't know. Alright, so that comes into a loop, and then we've got the hook assembly kind of deal. Comes in like that. Right? Because that's what this is. Oh. Connector for the belt. And then this one down to the side like that. It's made of a solid piece of wire that has been stamped, folded. It's interesting, I tell you. It's interesting. Alright. We are going to... You know, it's really funny that still like load-bearing harnesses, right? Because there are load-bearing vests as well. Like, load-bearing equipment isn't just like only one thing. So this is an older style load-bearing harness. Yeah. This one would be more round. This one would be less round than that one. This one is slightly less round than that one. So on, so forth. Just ever so slightly. Like that's too big.
My life slips away into an eternal slumber.
A little bit closer to each other. Fast. There we go. Zero and her old-timey equipment right there. Is the #1 review from all field-tested equipment is often, if it ain't broke, why were you trying to fix it? It is 3:34 on the East Coast. It's a wild and crazy thing. Yeah. It's the vest. Comes in like this. We'll take a look. Yes, okay. So it has that forward facing flexi plate. Oops, that's the wrong button. Forward facing flexi plate comes under this, out here like that. And things like that. So, modern day armor, we have a plate carrier, which plate is often inserted into a pocket in the front of the vest. The front of this vest is plate made of non-Newtonian material that fits over the front. Got kidney protectors here, but these are a little bit concealed. A little bit concealed. That's right, this is all sorts of bunched up there. Sleeves are a little more bunched up in their organization because zero pulls your sleeves up. And this has a little bit of a texture to it. And down to her glove here. Yep, a little bit of that. Shaded it a little bit. Remember, coloring with black and white today. That's our whole thing. Coloring with black and white. So, not to forget to shade this in over here. A little bit of feathering kind of deal. Okay. Here's the opening to the armor. Kidney plate starts about right there. Got the forward plate right there, but that part's concealed. Bottom of the vest goes up like that, and then the lower abdominal plate, the armor as well. All right, this belt is a little different. This one has a different kind of connector. Because, you know, why not? So this is a classic clip catcher, little thingy, hot clip deal. Right, with little push buttons on the side. Right there for a quick release. And it uses a different belt. That is a more high-tech belt. That is really, really durable. Like, don't forget to bring your towel to durable. It's a toughen. But got an idea on this. So I appreciate sticking with me through all of these shenanigans. That's long magazines right there. Magazine, one little magazine, two little magazine, three little magazine. Now, see, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. One little, two little, three little magazines. Four little, five little, six little magazines. All 30 rounds each. Yeah, okay, so now we're gonna put these other magazines there. Yeah. Not big as I presented it. That sketch. That's a little off. But that's okay.
We could do nothing to stop them.
There we go. That other magazine would be out of sight. Out of sight, man. We're talking groovy Wolfman Jack. Coming at you with today's top 40. Oh! If you get that reference, you're old. Just saying. She's got the Confused Consumer Products Development logo. There. Good. little CPD logo right there on the belt. It's all about branding. It's all about branding. Throw an edge on there. Go. Yep, good enough for now. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. Totally forgot. I messed it up. I did. I messed it up. Okay. Gotta grab this whole area right there. Nuke it. See? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to know that. Because that's our first magazine on belt. It's going to be like that. Yep. And don't forget, folks, sign up for the Neon Revenant. Link in the description below. It's going to be fun on the bun. For joining me for these shenanigans. I know they are very shenanigan-y, but that's one of the perks of this channel is we have the shenaniganiest shenanigans of all Shenaniganville. Right, so I need to put that right about there. Okay. Put the other magazine right there. And then the third magazine, bigger. So I was wearing big old poofy combat pants in this. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. Their armor stuff pokes out. Right. Terrible uniform, but then again, go ask Grandma's couch about terrible army uniforms. Okay? All you military folks know exactly what I'm talking about. A nightmare in American history. Dude, we generally have good military uniforms, man. You know what I'm saying? Like normally, it's good. But this time, man, they messed up. For real. Alright, so this has no texture to it too, so it's all stretched out right there, but it gets all bunched up here. Oh, yes. Don't ask, okay? Don't ask. Okay. Just don't stay away. Don't change the channel. Go do something productive. Run while you can. Save yourself. Liberate. Anybody who gets that reference? People like to say that it's the unofficial, that it's an unofficial 40K movie. I wouldn't agree with that. I wouldn't agree with that at all, actually. I've had time to think on that. I think no. Relax the thumb on this one. We'll have her finger on the trigger. Right. Have her finger on the trigger. She won't be depressing it. It's a zip gun with a trigger assisted dynamo. Yeah, crazy, huh? Actually, just a little bit. Well, that's been why she's got her pinky up when she's using the weapon. It's not a comfortable grip. There she goes down to about right there. Handle comes out like that. And then our long magazine. There. Pardon me. Like this. Yeah. Long magazines are often thing, and then the spoon. It doesn't have a recoil on it per se. I mean, the top action slide doesn't like go back because it's a zip gun. So go ahead and get in here and look at our Mark 14s. So she's gotten this little story right there. So check my details here. Okay, yeah. That runs right there. That actually not that tall. That tall, I think. We're gonna fudge it in here. Yep. And then that needs battery casing right there. Alright. That leads to the battery casing. Top. There. Let's see, where was my brake on that? At the top and at the middle of the thing. Okay. There. There. Right. To that. Goes to there, I should say. Actually, to almost the entirety of the firing area of this. This is all sensory. We gotta slap a nice DPD logo on the side of that sucker. Right? That's what we're gonna do. Slap it nice. Here, we're gonna put a friendly little consumer products development with me. Okay. As if this is a prototype. Yep, when you crowdsource your inventions, do it on a fair deal. Well, it looks like a fair deal. I mean, people get paid enough. But honestly, you're just selling your soul with extra steps. So there we go. Trigger assembly, there we go, blah blah blah. All that stuff. And come on, get over with your save. And a loose cuff right there. Some texture to this. It's got grip texture. all the way down to right there. There we go. And we're going to do this crosshatch grip texture, which is pretty standard on firearm. Nope, nope, that's too big. All right, that's too big. Go. And that slots right into there if it was a regular size. So it's got a regular base, but a long magazine. That is back of that. Because that magazine needs to slide up into there. Actually, no, those are regular size magazines. My bad. We'll fix that real quick. There we go. Okay. And go ahead and redo head here. So we're gonna get this angle. We're kind of looking like that. There's that. So general head shape right there. Putting that brow. Right. And then roughing the nose. There we go. And then just start fleshing out side features there. Hairline. Our part is defined. This. And it is cut like this. So if I were to break it down, so shape it, and then we cut it. All right, and this is the ponytail here. Poofs out. That is pulled really tight. No way around it. All right, let's see who we got. I heard a boop. Yo, what's up, Doc?
What's cooking?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm doing sketch cards. Woohoo!
Awesome. I've been meaning to talk to you. I got a fine art piece that one of our guys came up with, and he wants some advice on selling the prints, like how much and all this other stuff.
I'm the wrong person to ask. I don't make prints of my paintings ever. And when I was curator of the gallery, we never carried prints for any of our artists. It's all original art or nothing.
I like that. That's cool.
Now, and I'm not saying that to be snide or to cut off the conversation. It's just I know nothing about prints. Not even galleries. Yeah.
No, I was telling him, like, you know, there's a couple of ways that we can go about this. You know, I know a little bit on the subject, but he wanted me to hit you up, and because you know, he respects you and your opinion.
Well, whoever this
now
person
that you've
is,
broken his heart.
Whoever this person is, they're obviously demented. But I would just say this: if your original fine art, paintings, drawings, whatever, are of the right quality, selling one of them will make you way more than selling 30 or 40 prints.
Okay, yeah, because he had an idea for a painting, had it commissioned, came out gorgeous. And so he's going about turning that into money.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever it is, tell them to send me a picture. I'd love to see it.
All right. Yeah. No, I'll shoot that over to you as soon as I can.
But like a 16 by 20 painting in a gallery should fetch you around $1,000. A 24 by 36, the couch size standard, that one's between $1,400 and $2,000, and it only goes up from there.
Right.
Let me go grab my my sketching stuff.
Sure.
And I'll be right back.
Ahead. All right, we're just gonna kind of doodle away at that a little bit. Like I said, we're gonna get funky with this cheese whiz later. I'm just kind of fixing it up a little bit. A little bit of that. Yeah. Out to that lower lip right there. Let me see what we got going on. Yo, what's up, son? He says demented like it's a bad thing. That's funny. Alright, we are coming up. No, dang it. I'm not going to be here much longer. I should have just told Doc. Dang it. You're right. Because I got stuff to do today. And I'm on standby for a client emergency order. So, gotta figure out what's going on with that.
Oh my God.
What's up, man? So, I'm not going to be around for too terribly much longer. We'll hang out and get some stuff done. Today is a very busy day for me. Ugh.
Same. Hey, can you embiggenate me?
Absolutely.
Show the sketch cards so far. Now,
look at that.
If you're getting a sketch card from me, it's going to be a sketch. Like I'm not erasing my construction lines.
Nice.
You even get one of potluck.
And there you go. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I ran your trailer earlier.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, I do that at the beginning of every show. We open up with the national anthem, and then we roll into some trailers. Usually you're first in line, right after the national anthem. 'Cause, America. That's right.
We are all of us, Tank. Force multipliers.
It's true. You just need to reach down inside and find your inner force multiplier, and like, share, subscribe.
You can take me off and biginated. I'm gonna be drawing.
Remember, if Yan can cook, so can you.
I remember Yan can cook, and his brother walked with Yan.
Yes.
I remember those guys.
Yeah, I've encountered Martin Yan in the wild as a youth.
Oh, cool. Hey, question for all the creators, you included, Tank.
Yeah. Sure,
I'm not really autographing them. I'm just putting Doc on them. Are you supposed to autograph sketch cards?
No, you just sign them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's all you do. You just sign them, not necessarily autograph.
No, wait, isn't that the same thing?
No.
You can't confuse me.
A signature of completion is not necessarily the same thing as an autograph. Sometimes an autograph is a unique signature that's only for autographing.
Okay.
You can get funky with cheese whiz there. Blur the lines. Get evil. But not like too evil. You never go like, full Pol Pot. Stop it now, evil.
Never go full Pol Pot.
Never go full Pol Pot. Yeah, no, I'm just kind of sketching and relaxing right now. I'm gonna be doing some weird, funky stuff with all of this. Kind of just, flow lining stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that head is way too big. Way too big. We're gonna grab that whole head. She's one of them big head girls. Right now. And yep, nope. I had a lot of really inappropriate jokes, but Doc, you should be proud of me.
I was waiting for him to fall. I was waiting for him to fall.
Head will be a little smaller because all that body armor. That gives the body armor more volume. Volume. Okay. Yeah. No, I've gotten kind of funky with this. I may have been playing around with a lot of different stuff, but I got to get running, man. Rex is live in an hour.
Well, just damn it, man.
I know. I've got quite the busy day, and I gotta keep it on a schedule. I gotta set up the new living room furniture for the family because the wife was penny pinching and surprised us because we just had our large item pickup and tossed out a bunch of grody furniture that was just beat up, man. Like, we got it used. So the kids each have their own beanbag to kind of relax in.
I feel you.
Grown-ups got a couch and a recliner. Not new. We get the old stuff. Us grown-ups get the hand-me-downs.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've got to open up the couch today. Got to cut it open. I have to replace a couple of support planks because they're not really beams. But I'm gonna replace them with something better. Then I'm gonna get my here soon. I get my shelving brackets, and so while they're on order, I'm gonna be turning this art table temporarily into a hobby table, and I'm going to be building a 5,600 piece Venator class Star Destroyer from the Clone Wars.
Oh, Lord help.
This thing is over 4 feet long. And that's going to go on a shelf right behind me. Because that's nerd credit right there. That's some geek credit right there, right?
Yeah, your nerd cred will be solid.
Yeah, and that I'm going to record the whole thing so that way I can time-lapse it, because that's nothing but clickbait. It's clickbait that doesn't disappoint, you know what I mean?
Right.
I could get lost watching those Lego time-lapses. There's a half-hour time-lapse of a person building a castle out of plasticine brick by brick, stone by stone. And before I knew it, I was 15 minutes into that sucker.
Right on.
Yeah, and anyway, so Doc, your details, good sir. Now we got the link to a damn dirty thing here in the chat and
that's all you need.
Description below.
That's all you need.
Awesome. And Tim Olson, of course, says, you say demented like it's a bad thing.
I did no such thing.
Yeah, so it does not exist. This stream will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Until next time, stay